Tonight, Central Iowa Sports Network presents.
Cole's going to get the call up the middle, and he sees a seam. 10-5, touchdown Maroons. He's got a seam. 5-2-1, touchdown Valley Tigers.
Central Iowa Football. Central Iowa Football is brought to you by the Atlantic Bottling Company, CenturyLink, Central Iowa Football, live on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Central Iowa Football is also brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet. Shields. Are you ready for some football?
Good evening and welcome to Johnston High School. Dar Danielson with you tonight here on CISN.TV, and joining me is Brandon Clave as it's week 8 and District 1 is up for grabs here tonight. Johnston coming in at 3-0 in the district, 4-3 overall, hosting Waukee, who is 3-0 and 5-2 in the district. And Brandon, this is what you want when it comes down to district play. You want to be one of those 3-0 teams playing for a chance to take over the lead with one game to go here in district play.
Yeah, it's really both teams have the district title in their hands tonight. They're 3-0, both coming in. So it's really both teams can decide their title contentions here for the district with a win tonight.
Well, if you go by comparison, last week Waukee beat Des Moines East by 2 points. Now we know earlier over here Johnston beat them by 1. I know you can't go by comparative games, but when you look at some of the other scores too, these teams appear to be a little bit pretty evenly matched, although they're a little bit more running probably out of Johnston, a little more passing out of Waukee.
Yeah, really two different styles with Johnston and Waukee. Johnston's going to run the ball, Waukee's going to throw the ball.
Is that a little bit better here, guys?
Yep. Well, that's better than your.
Just with those two different styles, is Waukee's going to look to throw it. They have a senior quarterback, Drew Johnson, who's a tremendous athlete, and Jake Myers, a junior. The offense for Johnson's geared more for the run. They have Grant Gosling, a senior running back, who's kind of leading the way for the offense for Johnston Dragons.
And talking with Scott Carlson last week, they were a little nicked up in that game. I know Johnston, they've been nicked up. And that's what all coaches tell you this time of year. You're going to have some injuries in football, and it's who overcomes that, who makes some big plays here in a game like this tonight is going to be the team that comes out on top.
Yeah, if you're in week 8, you're going to have some guys that are banged up, and we come down to some of the depth that the team has, and what that depth looks like is going to ultimately determine at some positions how these teams do for the title.
Well, we're just a few minutes away from kickoff here tonight as you see the team coming on, the Waukee team. They'll be in white here tonight. Johnston will be in purple. Both these teams have purple colors, but Johnston will be in the purple home dark uniforms tonight, and Waukee in the white light uniforms here at Johnston. Let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the kickoff after this.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Yeah, you're still low for some reason.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car,
That's
hiring
me
a
here,
contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
It's Chevy.
At Johnston High School, Dar Danielson, Brandon Clave getting ready to kick it off here tonight. And the broadcast brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields, Mid-American Energy, Metabank, Waters Autoland, Better Business Bureau, Westside Auto Pros. And our weather report tonight brought to you by Metabank, 66 and breezy. And really, this is a kind of night you love playing football in. It's cool for the players, but they're wearing the pads and the helmets, Brandon, and they don't really care too much about that because once you get moving, you're warm enough out there on the field. It's better than really super cold.
Yeah, it's one of those perfect fall football nights here at Johnston. We got a little bit of a breeze. It'll kind of give the advantage to the team that's going towards the north here, and especially with Johnston on the kickoff here. The breeze is going to their back. So Hooshagen, the kicker here, might be able to put this into the end zone.
So Johnston will kick it off, kicking to the north. There in the purple on the right side of your screen, and Waukee in the white. And here's the kick. And as you said, it's going to go easily out of the back of the end zone, and Waukee will start off first and 10 at their own 20-yard line here to start the ball game. The offense for Waukee, Drew Johnson at the quarterback, the senior, Mates Rounds at halfback, Tyrese Moore, Tyler Grodhouse, Sam DeVries. The receivers, tackle Eric Sorensen, guard Jacob Wiggins, center Chase Boland, Blake Sherman, another guard, tackle Kyle Sorensen, and Jake Morrison will be in there at the tight end at times. And
yeah, we're about ready to start here. 78's a tackle on the offensive line that we talked about earlier, Dar. We might have to watch.
Receiver in motion across the formation. Looks like he's going to run it. Drew Johnson cuts it up and up across the 25 to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he was tackled there by number 18, Nathan Newcomb, one of the sophomore linebacker for Johnston there.
So good pickup on first down for the Warriors. And they'll bring him out. Kind of a tight formation. Slots to each side. Johnson down the line, takes it himself, cuts it up, and across the 30 for a first down.
Yeah, looks like Waukee's just going to look to run the ball right there with Drew Johnson, who's is a really athletic kid. And
he does run the ball, but passes more than what he runs. 135 passes, 9 TD passes, 7 interceptions on the season for Drew Johnson. So he'll send Zach Eaton wide to the right. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Johnson. Kind of in the pistol. And in motion comes DeVries, and a flag on the play. Delay of game. Play clock ran out. I didn't even see that. So they
seemed pretty quick.
So yeah, it did seem quick, didn't it? I don't know if they didn't reset it. I didn't look at it, but that seemed like it was awful quick.
Yeah. Someone on the Waukee sideline is not happy with the officials on that, but it didn't seem like Waukee took a tremendous amount of time there.
No, it didn't. It seemed like they came out right away, and now they're
going to discuss that, but not long.
They marked the 5 off, and then he said reset the clock. But yeah, it just did seem like it was awful fast there. So it'll be 1st and 15 at the 26. And there's a handoff to the deep back, cutting over the left side.
That was 27, Mates Rounds.
Yep. Rounds gets the penalty yardage back plus a few up to about the 30. Where are they going to mark that? 33?
Yeah, right between the 33 and the 34, so about 33 and a half.
About 7 yards will give him on that. Slot in motion. Handoff inside to the slot. Cutting it up. Got some room over the right side. And that was Zach Eaton, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was Eaton, and he was brought down by Nielsen, number 6, the senior or junior safety. And right now, Waukee's really moving the ball, Dar.
Right up to the 44, a pickup of 11, another first down. And no passing yet here out of Waukee. Kind of keeping it on the ground. They're kind of going into the wind, but I don't think it's big enough factor there. Here's Johnson again. Takes the handoff, rolls, throws it out there, has a man, and pulled down at the 50. That's Brandon Tessau out of the backfield, the fullback.
And a nice play action pass there, really set up by the run. And Tessau was wide open and brought down by Newcomb there for about a 7-yard gain.
Into Johnston territory here on the opening drive for Waukee. Took the kickoff. Got 2 receivers to each side in the shotgun. Fakes it, now on the draw, straight ahead over the left side, and gets the first down. So, dropped back like he was going to pass and then just took off on a running play.
Yeah, right now Waukee must saw something in the game plan where they're just really looking to run the football at Johnston here and have done a great job moving it so far with 9:30 left. They're at the 41-yard line.
Pickup of 8, third first down on the drive here. Here comes Johnson again. Man in motion, fakes a handoff, gives it to him, and he gets knocked down. That was Zach Eaton, and he gets dropped by that interior line.
Yeah, that was number 80, Tyler Bacon, and he just was unblocked on that play and came up and made a big tackle for a loss there for the Dragons. I think that was a 7 or 8 yard loss right there on that play.
Yeah, drops it back to the 48. So loss of 8. Second and long, second 17. Rolling right, looking for the comeback there, but he'll keep it. Gets outside and picks up a few of the yards. And not many. Good contain outside that time by Johnston.
Yeah, that was Coleman, one of the best corners there for Johnston that they have, and he kind of just met Drew Johnson. Looked like Johnson was looking to pass but didn't find anybody that was open and just took off and ran the football there, Dar.
Picked up 6 on second down, but that still leaves him with a 3rd and 11 here following the sack. Waukee on the opening drive here. Trips to the left. Looks to the inside man coming across, and he's going to be stopped, I think, just short of the first down there.
Yeah.
And that's Zach Eaton.
Yeah, Zach Eaton was brought down there by Ty Puck. They were in man coverage on that, and Eaton just beat Tuck on that slant and is real close to the first down. Looks like Waukee's going to go for it here on 4th and short.
4th and 1. At the 32 of Johnston. Mates rounds the back with Johnson there. Johnson's going to take it himself. Got Rounds blocking out ahead. Tried to turn the corner. Got around enough to get the first down. Still going. And goes all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Johnson on the pickup.
Yeah, made a few people miss there, and it really extended. It looked like he was going to get the first down, but got some more yardage there with some poor tackling there by Johnston.
Gets it down to the 17. About 10 plays on the drive now for Johnston. 1st and 10. Now at the 17 of Waukee, 1st and 10 for Waukee. Rolls out, throws the pass out there, and it's incomplete.
And that looked like that was Sam DeVries, the receiver that was out and open in the flat there. And Johnson just threw that a little bit short for DeVries to catch. Yeah.
And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
I really question that delay of game because it doesn't seem like Waukee's wasting any time on this.
They're really going quick. I think that's one of those early things, officials trying to get things straightened out, and there's a handoff inside, and that's stacked up pretty good there, and not much room for Waukee on that. Was that Grotehouse on the carry?
That was Grotehouse with the carry. And then
coming back inside.
And then Officer and then also Ty Puck were on the tackle. So we're at 3rd and 11 right now, Tar.
Yeah, so they lost one. 3rd and 11 here. Big 3rd down on the drive for Waukee to go trips left. Dropping back, looking. Johnson, a roll to his left, wide open. Everybody went back with the receivers. He cuts it back inside and down to about the 2-yard line. So that time, Brandon, the receivers pulled everybody deep, and credit Johnston, Johnson rolled out and took advantage of that.
You're exactly right, Dar. They were in man coverage on the left-hand side with those trip receivers, and all those receivers went into the end zone, and no one was there to pick Johnson up on the rollout.
1st and 10 at the 2, and Johnson calls his own number. Is he in there?
Looks close.
We'll see. Yep. Touchdown for Waukee. And that's going to mess me up all night. A quarterback named Johnson playing Johnston, but he gets the 2-yard dive in there.
Yeah, just a nice drive there by Waukee and Drew Johnson on that initial drive where a lot of run plays, maybe a little bit unusual for Waukee, as you mentioned, with the amount of passes that Drew Johnson's thrown. But he really did it with his legs on that drive for Waukee.
So here's the point after attempt. Kick is up and good. Skylar Crew now a perfect 24-24. And it makes it 7-0. Waukee over Johnston with 6:54 to play. Let's take a quick break and come back with the kickoff after this.
Easier than you think. Come see the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. No one builds a better fire. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas, just west of Homemakers.
Back at Johnston High School, Waukee takes the opening kickoff. 14 plays, 5 minutes and 6 seconds, and a lot of Drew Johnson, Brandon Clave on that. He did it a lot himself on the run, and kind of maybe a little surprise for Johnson. Expect them to come out and pass a little more, but Drew Johnson takes it on the run. And let's see that touchdown here. Dive, there's Johnson, number 4, right in over the left side into the pile there for the touchdown, as you see on the replay. And that makes it 7-0 with the extra point kick. Here's Skylar Crew. Kick's going to come over and taken and almost fumbled about the 20 and then tackled there right about there. And I'm going to pick up much on that.
Yeah, just kind of hit that up in the air and then see where kind of hit it in a no-man zone, and that was 26, Brock Studer. They kind of just as a tough catch for him, just where he was. He did a nice job to catch that ball, keep it within Johnson's possession, but really didn't move the ball anywhere. It's at the 20-yard line.
So same as a touchback, and turn around now. Here's Johnston's chance to try to answer here. Jake Meyer, the quarterback, hands off to the deep back, Grant Gosling. And he plows into the line for, we're going to mark him about 3.
Yeah, he didn't get much, and, I think Waukee's really going to anticipate a lot of run here. And looked like Johnson's going quick, too, on this. Looks like a little fancy.
Reverse, back the other way, and a pass, and just wide out there. Was it 22? Sean Meyer ended up with the ball in the pass and was looking for Peyton Williams out there.
Yeah, a little trickery there by Johnston trying to get Waukee maybe committing to that run and just had the one receiver out. But
and he had him open. The thing is, a guy that doesn't pass a lot,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sometimes and a little pressure on him, too.
Yeah. Sean's an outfielder for the baseball team, so he's got a strong arm. Mm-hmm. But, just missed Peyton Williams on that.
Makes it 3rd and 7. They'll send 2 receivers to the right. Where Jake Meyer rolling right under pressure. Now throws it across, and a nice grab there by Sean Meyer. Well, Meyer maybe couldn't throw, but he could sure catch it, can't he?
Yeah, that was
he made up for it there, didn't he?
That was a nice play there by Sean to catch that ball, and then even with Jake Meyer throwing that under some pressure.
And the placement was good. It was low where he could go get it, and the defender couldn't get to it, shielded off the defender, so that was a nice play, and it's a first down for Johnston here with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. They trail 7-0. And there's a flag before they get the snap off.
Yeah, that was probably good on that. It wasn't a real good pass there by Jake Meyer. He overthrew Coleman, number 5, and this is going to push Johnston back 5 yards on this.
So the first penalty here on Johnston.
Oh, take that back. They're going to call that against Waukee.
Oh, against Waukee. They jump.
So that's still going to be first down. It doesn't look like it's 1st and 5 from up here. It looks like the yard short, but
it does look a little bit like that. But the second penalty on Waukee so far, none on Johnston. There's a handoff into the middle, and the battle in there moves the pile ahead. Gosling.
Yeah, and Gosling was brought down by 66. Jacob Wiggins, he's the leading tackler for Waukee on the season so far. And a good push there by the Johnston offensive line to kind of keep that line moving forward.
And I think we've seen out of Gosling, he could be that battering ram in the middle, but when he batters through, look out, he's got the speed to break it. There's a jump again, so there must be some kind of count that Jake Meyer is using on Waukee. Either that or they're all excited and they jump offside. That's going to be a first down by penalty here, as that'll move it up to the 46.
Yeah, anytime you can get a first down and keep the chains moving, and Jake Meyer must have did a hard count on that particular play to get Waukee to jump.
Kind of wonder, these two coaches have had a while prepare for this game. They know each other, and we'll see how it progresses here. Right now, Johnston trailing after Waukee took the opening kick down and scored. There's a handoff. Gosling cutting inside, got out back outside. No, it's not Gosling.
That's Ghanaian.
Yeah, Ghanaian outside, and he took it inside, then cut it outside and got a big gain there all the way up to the 40 of Johnston.
Yeah, they keep feeding Gosling, and you kind of get used to the Gosling, and all of a sudden they give it to Ghanaian, and he found some room on the outside there and made a nice run on that play.
Pickup of about 14 to give the first down. Ghanaian on the carry. And
got some substitutions coming in. Looked like Sean Meyer was back in for, I believe that was Ryan Gears that was coming out of the game.
Now here comes Johnston into Waukee territory. This time is Gosling. He plows over the right side and gets big yardage on first down, and probably about 8 there.
Yeah,
down to the 32.
He had some room on that side, and he met the safety there, Grant Schnoes, on that tackle, and he kind of put him back an additional yard when Schnoes came up to meet Gosling. So Johnson's doing a nice job moving the football here on this drive, Dar. It's a 2nd and 2, and it looks like we might have an offensive game tonight.
Send Anthony Coleman wide to the right side. And they hand it off up the middle. Quick hitter, boom, right down inside the 20-yard line.
Looked like that was 25, Johnny Pater.
Yeah.
26, potentially. That might have been Studer. That was Brock Studer. So that was just
Brock
a turn,
Studer, yep.
Turn quick hit. And he made a nice burst through the line there.
And down to the 19, another first down here. And the double back set again for Johnston. Dropping back, pass out to the left side, caught there, and down inside the 15-yard line is number 1, Jaron Proctor.
Yeah, just to mix that up, and I think a little better pass would have gave Proctor an opportunity to avoid a tackle, but it's still a 5-yard gain on first down.
Gives you 2nd and 5 here at the 14. Meyer under center.
Yeah, there was that hard count that it looked like he went to.
Turns back, says something to the backs, and now to the line, maybe switching the play up a little bit here. Hands off to Gosling, over the right side, plowing ahead. Is he in? No, just short. Almost drugged the defenders into the end zone. Gets it down to about the 1-yard line.
You talked about Gosling being a batting ram earlier, Dar, and he sure looked like that. Looked like he was going to take a couple Waukee defenders with him into the end zone.
Almost did. So it's 1st and goal to go at the 1-yard line for Johnston, looking to tie this game up here in the first quarter. Under 3 minutes to play. Get the full house backfield in there. And hand off to the deep back. Is he in? Touchdown, Johnston. Brock Studer. Brock Studer from 1 yard out.
So Johnston did a little, faked it to Gosling, gave it to Studer, and Studer did a nice job just reaching across the goal line there, extending that football out to get the ball over for the touchdown there. So a nice play by Johnston, nice drive by Johnston, and he's going to tie the game up.
Here's the kick. Hushhaugen puts it through. And we're tied 7-7. The battle for the District 1 title here. Johnston answers. Took them about 3 minutes. They took it over and drive it down from their own 20. So 2 80-yard drives here back-to-back, Brandon.
Yeah, it's going to be a shootout as of this point in time. We'll see what kind of adjustments the defense have make on this drive.
Let's take a quick break and come back with the kickoff right after this.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
The fireplace is the heart of your family's home. Picture your family warm and cozy in front of a heat and glow fireplace from the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. Fireplace Superstore has the largest selection of heat and glow fireplaces and gas inserts in Central Iowa. Let our fire experts help you find the fireplace that best fits your family's lifestyle. Adding comfort and warmth to your home is much easier than you think. Come see the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. No one builds a better fire. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas, just west of Homemakers.
Back at Johnston, the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. Waukee will take over, 1st and 10 at the 20. That's where they started the ball game, drove at 80 yards for the touchdown. They kicked it off. Johnston took it at the 20, drove at 80 yards for the touchdown. We're tied 7-7, 2 3-0 teams in District 1 looking to go on top here. Dar Danielson with Brandon Clave on CISN.TV. Drew Johnson under center. Hands off to the deep back. He's got some room over the left side and just gets hammered at the first down marker there, but moves ahead.
That's Mates Rounds on the carry there, and he was brought down in the backfield there by Carter Wunsch, number 21. Looks like Waukee's just going to try to pound the ball there, but is there a flag on the play?
Yep, holding, so that's going to come back. And that's at the 20, so they'll take it back to the 10. So a big play wiped away.
Maybe that's why there was a good opening on the left-hand side for Rounds there, but
yeah,
it's going to come back and really pin them back at 1st and 20 here.
Yeah, and that was a big collision out there, but all for naught as the penalty moves it back to the 10-yard line. Drew Johnson in the pistol, in motion, coming across, and they're going to hand it off. Over there is Zach Eaton, I believe. Or no, the Johnson.
Yeah, it was a keeper by Johnson, okay. And he was brought down by Ganam. But it looked like if he would have gave that ball to Mates Round, he had a big hole right there as well. Yeah. I'm not sure if he misread that, but it looked like Rounds had plenty of space in the field as well.
So he gets up to about the 17. 2nd and 13 here.
So we
second
have
and long.
There's man-to-man coverage on the left with the trips.
And there's a handoff, and that's stacked up just behind the line of scrimmage. Good reaction by the Johnston defense. Mates Rounds isn't going to get any yardage there. Maybe you lose a yard.
Yeah, it looks like Johnston's just going to man up on the outside there and trust in their D-backs to beat the wide receivers, and looks like Waukee's just ready to run the football.
So no gain. Johnston has them in 3rd and 13, trying to get the first stop here of the game as each team has taken their opening drive down and scored. In motion.
Oh, number
Sievers
5.
all the way out there, turns, and did he catch it? He caught it, but where is he going to be marked? I think a little short. That was DeVries.
Yeah, that was DeVries, and DeVries came from the other side of the play and came
all the way
in
across
motion.
the formation, did he? Yeah.
And really, if Johnston could have set his feet and made a stronger throw, I think DeVries would have been able to get the first down. It was just he couldn't get his feet quite set to put what he needed to in the throw.
Yeah, he had to come back and catch that a little bit here, and he was right in front of us, in front of the Johnston players. As the clock running down here, a quick first quarter.
Yeah, and there's a pretty strong breeze, I guess, that Johnston's thrown into as well that might have knocked that football down just a tad bit.
And
play clock looked like it was down at 0 that time.
Rolled down again. So delay a game.
So that'll push it back, and Johnston's got to like that they're punting into the wind here to help with field position.
Yeah, helps them out a little bit. Here's the punt. It's a low line driver. Going to bounce at the 50, but it gets a little bit of a Waukee roll inside the 45 to the 44, where Johnston will take over their 44-yard line here with the 9 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, so Johnston gets probably get one play with the wind here. And, it's just been a battle so far between two really even teams from the looks of it, Dar.
So far, penalties have been a big thing here. Waukee with a couple of big penalties. The holding, the one there that set him back, Brandon, and they couldn't overcome that and get the first down. They fell a yard short. So that's played into Johnston's hands so far here.
Yeah, that one holding play where Rounds had that big run was a huge kind of setback.
Here's Jake Meyer. Hands it to the up back and busts through there, Gosling, and across the 50.
Yeah, Gosling's just finding some sort of room in the middle. It looks like they have it congested, and the next thing you know, Gosling's 5 yards in past the linebackers. You're not sure where he's finding that room, but he seems to be finding some up in the middle. He was brought down there by 25, Trey Hardy, just a sophomore linebacker, and that's going to end the quarter.
That'll end the quarter. We're tied 7-7 after one. Back with the second quarter after this.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Back to Johnston, 2nd and 3 for the Dragons as we go to the second quarter. Handoff up the middle, stacked up there, not going to quite get the first down.
That was Ghanaian on that carry, and he was brought down or met right there by Nathan Nelson, the D line for Waukee, and he just stood Ghanaian up on that play.
Maybe lost one. Back to the 48.
So a big play here, 3rd and short.
Surprising early score, Dowling losing to Centennial 10-0.
Yeah, Centennial is that's a big district game for both teams there. Both are 3-0 in their district, and that's going to be a title game tonight as well.
3rd and 2. Jake Meyer for Johnston in the purple. Hands off to the deep back, and he's stacked up back there. Ghanaian. No room. There, maybe loses a yard again.
Yeah, so it's a decision time here for Johnston. Ghanaian there kind of lost a couple yards. Waukee, Michael Mugenberg came up, made a big tackle, and looks like Johnston's going to punt. As big as Ghanaian is, you would just assume Johnston would be able to push their way for a first down, but Waukee did a tremendous job stopping Ghanaian, so he couldn't get the first down.
I'm going to hand my headset over to you, and I'm going to take off, and I'll be back a little bit later.
Yeah.
If you want to take it here.
Not a problem, Dar. So have a safe trip over to Urbandale, and
there's
we'll
the
see you in a
punt.
bit.
Goes out of bounds.
Going to give Waukee the ball back here with 10:30 in the second quarter. The game tied 7-7 with Waukee's third possession of the night. The game tied. Nice punt there into the wind for Johnston. And we'll see what Waukee can do here with 10:30 left in the second quarter. Drew Johnson is one of those kids that is one of those really good athletes for Waukee. Drew Johnson played against me as an 8th grade basketball player and dropped 34 points in an 8th grade basketball game. The most I've ever had against me coaching, and that was also included against Harrison Barnes. A flag on the play, false start, and a hold. Both penalties are declined, and it looks like Waukee's going to take the ball here. The ball is going to be on the 49-yard line. Or I take that back. It's going to be back at the 29-yard line. Sorry, 24-yard line. I need to get my eyes checked tonight where Waukee starts with the win. So this is their first possession with the win behind their back with Drew Johnson, a senior quarterback, thrown over 150 passes this year. Looked like maybe Waukee will look to air it out on this next possession. So Waukee's got two receivers to the right, one to the left, and in kind of a pistol formation. Drew Johnson's going to hand it off, and looks like that's Mate Rounds finding some room off on the left-hand side, and he's brought down by number 6, Sam Nielsen, the safety, and looks like Rounds is going to pick up close to 9 yards on the carry. Just an update on the score over at Valley. Valley's currently leading Newton 14-0 in another big game where Lombardi, who isn't going to start for the Valley Tigers tonight. Another run here by Waukee. It looks like Rounds again finding some room. The ball came out, but the whistle looks like that ball is going to be blown dead. A big gain there again for 27 there, Rounds. It looks like that's going to move the chains, and it's going to move the ball to the 46-yard line. So Rounds is getting a bulk of the carries here for Waukee on this possession. He comes out on this, and they bring in number 12, Jordan Perry, in the backfield. So we got a lone receiver on the right, 2 on the left. Drew Johnson's in shotgun. He's going to take the snap, turn around, give it to Perry. Perry finds a lot of room on the left-hand side, makes a cut back into the middle, another cut back to the middle, and Perry was showing some quick feet there, picks up about 25 yards on the carry, and that was a really nice run there by Jordan Perry, and an elusive run, avoiding a lot of tacklers. So Waukee's continuing to move the football on the ground here in this game, whereas maybe as a defensive coordinator you would assume there was a lot of passing, but Waukee's really looking to move the football on the ground. Another penalty flag on the play that's going to move the ball back. It's going to be a false start against Waukee, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty and push this to a 1st and 15 on the 32-yard line. Waukee's had several penalties tonight. If you're just joining in, that's their 6th penalty on the night, 1 on a hold, and the rest have been false starts or some sort of motion penalty. Drew Johnson's going to roll to his right. Looks like he's going to keep the football on the right-hand side. Avoids a few tacklers. Going to pick up a little more, probably 7 or 8 yards on the carry with 8:50 in the second quarter. Drew Johnson has done a lot of running tonight compared to passing, and he found some room on the right-hand side. So we have trips to the left. Drew Johnson still in shotgun with Perry to the right of Johnson. He takes a look on the sideline and is kind of double checking the play. There's 14 seconds left on the play clock. He's going to take it, turn and give it to Perry. Perry's going to be just a little bit short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and short, 4th and 3. So Carlson for Waukee has a decision to make here. It's going to be 3rd and 3. They didn't change the down marker on that, so it's still going to be 3rd down and 3 from the 20-yard line. So kind of a stacked up trip set to the left with number 5, Sam DeVries. And Sam DeVries is going to go over on the right-hand side and pick up the first down to keep this drive alive. So a nice play there by DeVries. He comes in quick on motion, kind of a jet sweep type play for DeVries, and he's going to pick up the first down. Waukee's continuing to run the football at Johnston tonight. The bulk of their offensive plays have been on the ground. Johnson's now rolling to his left. Lobs in the middle, has number 18, who's Zach Eaton, wide open, and he just overthrows Eaton, who is wide open. No one was close to Eaton. Might have been a blown coverage there in the secondary for Johnston. That's a throw that Drew Johnson wished he could have back, because Eaton would have been in the end zone for sure on that. So it's 2nd and 10 on the 16-yard line. The game's tied 7-7 in the second quarter. 7:18 left in the second quarter. So Johnson is in shotgun. DeVries is coming in motion. It's going to be a fake to DeVries and give to Perry in the middle. It looks like Perry's going to pick up about 3 to 4 yards on that carry and brought down. Looked like that was number 99, Jake Ryan for the Dragons. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 from the 13-yard line. Got some personnel changes coming in on the field for Waukee. Number 10, Carson Dottie is in the game, and Drew Johnson's in shotgun. He's going to roll to his right and throws it, just threw the football away there. No one was really open, so Johnson threw the football away and threw it to the sideline there, and Waukee's going to have to settle for a field goal here. So a nice defensive stop there for the Dragons. It's going to put Waukee's kicker, Skylar Crew, on the field here. So it's going to be a 30-yard field goal here for Crew with wind at his back. Kick is up, and the kick is good, so that will put the score at 10-7 with 6:30 in the second quarter. So a nice drive there by Waukee, kind of stalls out at the end, and it's going to be 10-7. So we'll be right back here for the kickoff.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to Johnston Stadium. Waukee Skylar Crew just
kicked in a 30-yard field goal to make the score 10-7 here in the second quarter. Waukee will be kicking off. Jaron Proctor, number 1, is back. He'll take it in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback here to start their drive here with 6:30 in the second quarter. So a real tight battle for the district crown ultimately here tonight at Johnston. Both teams are 3-0. Come in, the winner really will take the district, and then the loser will be the district runner-up. So a big game for both teams. Both are a little bit banged up, and really a tight battle. So we came in thinking that'd be a tight game, and it's really played out that way in the first quarter. So this was the drive where Johnston will be going into the wind. Jake Myers under center. He's going to turn and throw a pass to the outside to Sean Meyer, number 22, and he finds some room. He keeps going and showed his speed there out on the sideline, and he's going to pick up close to 16 yards on that catch. So Jake Meyer, a little quick hitter there for the Dragons, finds Meyer, and it looks like they're going to go a little bit quick here under center. So it's going to be a toss. Looks like that's 26, Brock Studer. Studer weaves and kind of cuts back to the 40-yard line for a six-yard gain. So Johnson's going to pick up the pace here. Have moved the football really well against Waukee's defense. Johnson's going to look to really run the football, but that was a nice pass earlier, kind of a mix that up. Number 1, Jaron Proctor, who also plays defense, is out on the offensive series, as well as number 5, Anthony Coleman. Coleman off to the left-hand side. A flag comes in late in the area of holding, so this play may be coming back for the Dragons. So a little jet sweep there by Dragons to get to the ball to number 5, Anthony Coleman. All for naught on that play as a flag comes out, and it looks like that's going to go against the Dragons. Johnson's trying to get some of their better athletes the football. They have Coleman out there, who's a really fast, probably the fastest kid for Johnston on that jet sweep. And then also Jaron Proctor on that play as well, but a little bit of deception to get the ball to Proctor and gave it to Coleman. Got some room on the outside, but the first real big penalty there for the Dragons tonight. So that's going to push this back to a 2nd and 16. The ball's gone the 28-yard line. There's 5 minutes and 42 seconds here in the second quarter. All the team, both Waukee and Johnston, have the full allotment of timeouts left. Myers under center here. Gosling's in the back. It's going to be a throw to Proctor. Similar play that they used to Sean Meyer, but in this case they're getting it to Proctor, and Proctor's going to pick up about 8 yards on that little pass play right there. So I talked earlier that they tried to get the ball to Proctor, and they did, and he's going to be make this a more manageable 3rd and 6 for the Dragons. So we have Coleman off on the left-hand side, Proctor and Gear to the right, Gosling, and Coleman comes in motion. Meyer's going to roll out. Too much pressure there. A nice blitz there by Waukee. And number 66, Jacob Wiggins, who's the leading tackler for Waukee, is going to really end the drive here for the Dragons. So a good call there by Waukee's defense. Wiggins comes in along with, looked like that was Nelson, 93, to put some pressure on Jake Meyer, and he didn't really have a lot of time to find any of those receivers as it came pretty quick. So Johnson's going to be forced to punt from the 28-yard line. Kind of a loss there of about 8 yards. And Jackson Steigers is going to be back to punt. He's going to kick it. It's going to be a low punt. It gets a Johnston bounce, and it looks like that's going to be at the 35-yard line. So a drive stalled out. Waukee's going to get the ball back here in the second quarter with 4:41 to play here. Waukee's done a good job moving the football. We'll see if they can get some more points on the board. They're going to have the wind at their back. A player that we wanted to talk about earlier was 78, Kyle Sorensen, a big offensive lineman that's starting to attract some college attention. He's a 6'6", 305 offensive lineman, and he's a guy that colleges are starting to kind of take notice of. Drew Johnson's going to take that ball, hand it off to Rounds. Rounds goes off to the right-hand side. He's going to pick up 4 yards. So Waukee's attack is going to continue on the ground. It's going to make this a 2nd and 5 yard, 2nd and 5 to go here. To the left-hand side, we have Tyrese Moore and Eaton. It's going to be a give to Rounds again to the right. He's met there. Looked like that was Jake Ryan to kind of stop him from getting the first down. So Rounds only picks up a couple. It's going to make this 3rd and short. The clock is continuing to run as Waukee has 3 timeouts left. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 44-yard line. Johnson's in shotgun. Rounds is with him as well. DeVries to the right. 16, Tyler Grodhaus as well to the right. Johnson's in shotgun. He's going to roll to his left. Find some room off the left-hand side. He's met there. Looked like that was 18, and it's going to be close to a first down, but ultimately might be a tad bit short. Oh, they're going to wave it on. From where the one lineman looked, it looked like it was short, but it was close, and Johnson just got enough for the first down, so that's going to give Waukee a new set of downs at the 47-yard line. So 3:16 left in the second quarter. Johnson's in shotgun, trips to the right. Rounds is in the backfield. Johnson rolls to the right. Again, finds nobody open, and he's going to pick up 10 yards on the carry before he's thrown down there by number 80, Tyler Bacon, on that carry. So Johnson rolled right, was looking to find a receiver, didn't see anybody that was open, and just took off running after those receivers cleared out the right-hand side, and he got 10 yards and a first down. So the ball's at the 43-yard line. 2:55 left in the second quarter. Trips to the left. Single receiver to the right. Rounds in the backfield. Johnson steps up, finds Tyrese Moore. A nice pass there by Johnson. Moore found some space in the middle of the field, and Waukee is sitting at the 9-yard line with 2:30 left in the second quarter. So Waukee may want to pace this out, take a little more time off the clock, but it looks like they're not going to wait. It's 1st and 7. Johnson's rolling right. Looks like he's going to run to the right, spins back to the middle, picks up a couple yards. He's going to be down about the 8 or 9 yard line. I'm sorry, the 4-yard line. Brought down by Bobby Pagentini, number 67. Johnson really hasn't got a push from the defensive line, allowing Johnson some time to throw or run with the football. This is going to be Sam DeVries to the right-hand side, and it's a sprint to the pylon. DeVries wins that, and it's going to be a touchdown. Waukee, number 5, Sam DeVries, was in a race with number 6, Sam Nielsen, and he just beats Nielsen to the pylon, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Warriors. So a minute 42. It's going to be a 7-yard gain by DeVries for a touchdown, and that's going to make the score 16-7 here towards the end of the second quarter. Skylar Crew is on to kick the extra point. He's 25 of 25 on the year. Number 7 is Crew. Kick is up, and it is good. Pushes the score to 17-7 with 1:42 here in the second quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
It's Chevy Truck Month in Waukee, and with bonus tag savings, get up to 20% off select new 2017 Silverado 1500s, new Silverado Double Cab LT 4x4, $289 a month, new Spark $13,999, up to 20% off select new Silverado HDs, Malibus, and Trax, and up to 25% off select new 16 Chevy Cruises. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
We're going to take a quick look at the replay, and you can see DeVries and Nielsen racing to the pylon, and DeVries just reaching to that pylon, beating Nielsen to the pylon, and DeVries just reaching for the touchdown. So Crew is back to kick. He gets it up in the jet stream. Jaron Proctor is going to catch that for the touchback. So the Dragons are going to start on the 20-yard line. Down 10 here in the second quarter. So 10 unanswered points for Waukee here in the second. That puts them up 17-7. So a nice kind of run there for Waukee, and some defensive stops have helped them kind of separate themselves from Johnston in the second quarter. Johnston hasn't really had an answer with the running game of Waukee, and are going to have to look to make some adjustments in the defensive scheme here, but their defensive line is going to have to make some pushing here in order for Johnston to stop the run. So Meyer is going to start in shotgun, two receivers to the left. Coleman's going to be starting in motion. Meyer's going to evade Nelson, cut back in the middle, and he's going to get close to the line of scrimmage. So he didn't see anything that was real open there. And instead of trying to throw the football into a tight window, Meyer just keeps that. So we're down to under 1:30 in the second quarter. Johnson's coming out with some new personnel, Studer and Sean Meyer in for Coleman and Proctor. 2nd and 9. It doesn't look like Johnson's in a real big hurry here with just a minute left in the second. So Myers again in shotgun, two receivers to the left. He's going to turn, pitch it to Studer onto the left-hand side. Looks like Studer is knocked out of bounds, and I don't know if that's necessarily what Coach Woodley would have wanted there with 53 seconds left in the quarter. And a fairly stiff wind and a good kicker for Waukee. This is a big down for Johnston. I imagine Carlson for Waukee will call a timeout. Johnston's probably looking to keep the clock moving here with 3rd and 11 on the 19-yard line. Waukee's got 3 timeouts. Johnston also has 3 timeouts, but will probably want to get the clock moving here and force Waukee to call a timeout. So Waukee will call that timeout. Their first of the half. It's 3rd and 11 for the Dragons, with 53 seconds left in the second quarter. So we'll take a short break here while the teams regroup.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
The fireplace is the heart of your family's home. Picture your family warm and cozy in front of a heat and glow fireplace from the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. Fireplace Superstore has the largest selection of heat and glow fireplaces and gas inserts in central Iowa. Let our fire experts help you find the fireplace that best fits your family's lifestyle. Adding comfort and warmth to your home is much easier than you think. Come see the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. No one builds a better fire. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas, just west of home.
So we're back here at Johnston with 53 seconds left in the quarter, and Johnston's going to run it to the left-hand side, and that's Studer to the left. Keeps the ball in play, and Waukee's going to call a timeout again with 45 seconds left here. So Johnston's looking to keep the clock moving. Waukee's trying to get one more possession here in the second quarter, up 17-7, see if they can add on to the lead. So Waukee will have Johnston will have Jackson Steigers the punting into a wind, and Drew Johnson and the Waukee Warriors, who the offense have really looked to move the football here and add some additional points onto the scoreboard. So 17-7. We got 45 seconds left here in the second quarter for the district title for both teams tonight. Looks like that is number 16 for Waukee. That's back. Tyler Grodhaus. Johnson's going to tighten this formation up with number 14, Jackson Steigers, as the punter. Good snap there by Hinders. Quick kick there by Steigers, and it looks like it's going to be downed right at the 45-yard line for Johnston. So 34 seconds, Waukee's going to get the ball back in the second quarter, looking to add some points on the board. So it's 17-7. Waukee's really moved the football on the ground. This time they're going to probably have to air it out. They have one timeout left in the second quarter here. So they have number 5, DeVries, 18, Eaton to the left, Tyrese Moore to the right, Perry in the backfield. Johnson's in shotgun. Roll to his left. It's going to be a draw to Perry. A flag comes out on the play. Clock continues to move, but the whistle will stop here on the flag. So that could be a hold there. It's in the area of holding. And it's going to go against Waukee. So good field position. Kind of negated here with the hold. We'll put 10 yards back for the Warriors here. Perry didn't have a whole lot of room to begin with. Didn't find the sideline, and the clock would continue to run. But with 28 seconds left and the ball at the 30-yard line, Waukee may look to just run this clock out, go into halftime with a 10-point lead. So Johnson's in shotgun. Rounds is going to be in the backfield. Clock continues to run down. We're at 15 seconds. Play clock is at 8, so they'll have to run at least one more play here in the second quarter. So Johnson's coming under center. He's going to take a knee, and that's going to end the half with the Waukee Warriors 17 and the Johnston Dragons 7. They'll head into halftime here. A good game so far. With the Warriors up 17-7. So we'll be back here after a short break and get you the second half. All right, thank you.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up. Take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Miss your hometown clothing store? the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
It's Chevy Truck Month in Waukee, and with bonus tag savings, get up to 20% off select new 2017 Silverado 1500s, new Silverado Double Cab LT 4x4, $289 a month, new Spark $13,999, up to 20% off select new Silverado HDs, Malibus, and Trax, and up to 25% off select new 16 Chevy Cruises. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the way.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
It's Chevy Truck Month in Waukee, and with bonus tag savings, get up to 20% off select new 2017 Silverado 1500s, new Silverado Double Cab LT 4x4, $289 a month, new Spark $13,999, up to 20% off select new Silverado HDs, Malibus, and Trax, and up to 25% off select new 16 Chevy Cruises. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Welcome back to Johnston Stadium. It's Brandon Clave here. Just kind of give you a scoring recap for the first half. Waukee started the scoring here, but tonight's halftime is brought to you by the Better Business Bureau of Des Moines. And back to the scoring for Johnston. I guess Waukee started the scoring here with a 2-yard run with 6:54 in the first quarter by Drew Johnson, the quarterback, on a keeper. Johnston returned the scoring on their first drive with a 1-yard plunge by Brock Studer. And then it was Waukee kind of finishing up the first half with a 30-yard field goal by Skylar Crew, and then it followed with a 7-yard run by Sam DeVries to make that score 17-7. Some updates on some scores around the Metro. Valley is currently leading Newton 31-0, and also over in Ankeny Centennial is up 17-7 against Dowling. So some tight matchups there. A big game over in Ankeny with Centennial and Dowling for their district title. Whoever wins that's going to win the district. They're both sitting at 3-0. And right now, the Johnston band is going to roll out here.
Johnston High School Varsity Marching Band ready.
Mr. Socialist?
Yeah. Bill and Hill gave him a $600,000 lake home free.
We're back live at Johnston Stadium. A great job by the Johnston Marching Band, and a great way for all these young gentlemen and women to show off the tremendous skills and time that they've put into the marching band here. We're at 4:14 here, kind of at the halftime. Just some things here that Johnston's going to have to look to do is, tonight Waukee's really look to run the football. And up front, Johnston's going to have to make some adjustments against the run. Waukee's came in really looking to throw the football, but tonight have really moved the football on the ground. A lot of running plays here for Waukee, and have found a lot of room both in the middle and on the edges. So Johnston's got to come into the halftime looking to make some adjustments on for that run game and see what their defensive line can do here to kind of get a bigger push to kind of help prevent Waukee from running the football. Waukee, they're going to look to probably continue to run the football. Drew Johnson's looked to run it. Mates Rounds has done a great job, as well as Perry for Waukee. So Waukee's going to try to do a little bit of the same for the offensive side of the football. Really look to pound that football up the middle to the edges with both Rounds and Perry, as well as Johnson in the mix as well. Johnson's going to start the second half with the football, so they'll get the football here to kind of start the half, to kind of maybe make this a little bit closer, because as of now, they're down 10. Kind of really been taking it to them, at least on the defensive side of the football. They've had some nice drives, kind of stalled out on the one there with a penalty there, a holding penalty that kind of put them back 10 yards and behind the chains. Whereas Waukee's also dealt with their share of penalties, a holding penalty that pushed one, stalled one drive, as well as some a delay of game penalties, false start penalties that have kind of helped drives out for Johnston. So some other scores, again, as we mentioned earlier, was 31-0 Valley against Newton, 17-7 Centennial is leading Dowling in the second half. This game right here is big for both teams. Johnston doesn't really want the runner-up within the district, and Waukee doesn't as well, so that they can play whatever district they get matched up with. They'll play the runner-up within their district rather than the district champ. So both teams are 3-0, kind of really fighting right now for this district title. Watching these teams warm up, there's a pretty stiff wind blowing north here. So Johnson, the kicker right now, he's warming up. He's kicking with the wind. He's kicking that from the 35, about a 45-yard field goal. And Johnson kicker makes it look relatively easy. So we're trying to maybe get a gauge later in the game what that kicking game can look like if it comes down to a tight one. But if you kick that football into the wind, Hoosag is making a 45-yard field goal look relatively easy. So, you don't want that end of the game, fourth quarter, kicking into that wind to kind of maybe decide the end of this game. So the teams are continuing to warm up on the sidelines. Johnston on the offensive side may have to look to have Jake Meyer throw the football a little bit more. He did a good job finding Sean Meyer and Jaron Proctor in the second quarter. But right now, Johnson's really got to come out to start this third quarter and really try to put some points on the board to kind of get a little bit of momentum going into the third quarter. And Waukee has got to go into, come out of the locker room feeling pretty confident with the way they've moved the football against the Dragon defense. So we're 2:20 here before we kind of get started here. The players are continuing to warm up. We'll take a short break and come back and kind of get ready for this second half.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Catch the wave to Waters.
Since 1973, thousands of Central Iowans have caught the wave to Waters Autoland in Indianola. Waters always has over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, with over half being one-owner trade-ins. If you're looking for a new vehicle, check out our inventory of Buicks and GMCs, or go to watersautoland.com to see our entire stock. And remember, cars are always cheaper in the country.
Catch the wave to Waters. Waters Autoland.
The fireplace is the heart of your family's home. Picture your family warm and cozy in front of a heat and glow fireplace from the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. Fireplace Superstore has the largest selection of heat and glow fireplaces and gas inserts in Central Iowa. Let our fire experts help you find the fireplace that best fits your family's lifestyle. Adding comfort and warmth to your home is much easier than you think. Come see the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. No one builds a better fire. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas, just west of Homemakers.
It's Chevy Truck Month in Waukee, and with bonus tag savings, get up to 20% off select new 2017 Silverado 1500s. New Silverado Double Cab LT 4x4, $289 a month. New Spark, $13,999. Up to 20% off select new Silverado HDs, Malibus, and Trax. And up to 25% off select new 16 Chevy Cruises. Save big at Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Bell rung, no problem.
Welcome back to Johnston Stadium. It's Brandon Clave here. I'd just like to give a shout out to the sponsors here. We have Fireplace Superstore and Westside Auto Pros. Before we start the half here, Waukee's about to kick off with Skylar Crew. As I mentioned earlier, I'm Brandon Clave. Dar Danielson is he's over at Urbandale. He'll be back here shortly to kind of help with the broadcast tonight. Waukee's about ready to kick off. Number 7, Skylar Crew. Kicking off, Proctor and Coleman back for Johnston. The ball is up, and Proctor's going to take that in the end zone for a touchback. So the Dragons are going to start this third quarter with the football at the 20-yard line. So the Dragons are looking to get some momentum here going into this second half. Haven't had a lot of opportunities to really move the football. Some have been brought back by penalties. Some big plays by the defensive line there. Wiggins from Waukee had a sack there against Jake Meyer that really ended a drive. So Johnston, this is a big momentum drive really for this district title. So we'll see what Johnston has or what adjustments they made here in the halftime. So Myers under center. Ghanaian and Gosling are back. It's going to be a gift to Gosling, and he's going to get tripped up there. Looked like that was number 41 for Waukee. With the tackle, that's Hunter Deskin. And not a lot of room there. Looked like Gosling's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 on the 20. Deskin did a nice job just grabbing a hold of Gosling's legs. And, Gosling's one of those big, bruising running backs where going for his legs is probably the best idea for a defender. So Myers back under center. He's going to look to pass. He airs it up to Proctor. He finds some room on the right. He's got plenty of room. He evades the tackle. Gets finally drugged down there right at about the 25-yard line. So a nice play there by Proctor. A great pass by Meyer. That's that momentum maybe the Dragons need, and that ball's going to go to the 26-yard line. So number 23, Nolan Rather on that tackle saves a touchdown for the Dragons. So Proctor did a nice job there. Nice job by the Waukee safety to bring him down. Myers under center. He's going to throw it again, but that is looks a little bit short and behind, and that looks like it's going to be an interception. Both players have the football. It looked like the Waukee defender had it. and it's going to be an interception. So threw into a tight window. Looked like a really nice play by Waukee. Not sure who was in on that pick, but that was a short throw there. We'll take maybe a quick look if we can back at that interception, but Meyer trying to find Proctor again and threw to a tight window. Looked like the Waukee defender slipped in there before Proctor could get to that football, and it's going to be Waukee football regardless. So Eaton's going to come in motion. He's going to get the football on the jet sweep. Pushes for 3 to 4 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 5. We're going to look at the replay here real quick. And Proctor stops, and the Waukee defender comes up and makes a nice play on that. So you can for sure see on that replay that he did indeed have the football. Proctor tried to grab that to kind of make that attempt to get that football back, but to no avail, and it's going to be Waukee's football. It's going to be a handoff to Rounds, and he's going to again push his way and continue to fight for some additional yardage, and he's going to be just shy of the first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. Ball's on the 26-yard line. So what turned out or what looked like a potential momentum-building drive kind of ends there with an interception there. So it looked like Johnston was ready to kind of put some points on the board. Waukee comes up with a big pick. And they're going to keep the football here on a 3rd and short. Johnston's in shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a handoff to Rounds. And it looks hard to tell from this angle. It looks like he's short of the first down, though. So Johnston did a nice job bringing that tackle. It looked like that was the linebacker, 27 officer, Ghanaian, and Johnson's trying to, their first real stop of the night without Waukee kind of kicking themselves on some penalties. And they're going to get some good field position, potentially, depending on this punt, with the wind at their back. So Waukee's back to punt. Looked like that's number 19 or 15. Not a fair catch. And the receiver there is just hit. No flag on the play. Not a lot of room for Coleman. And a great play by the Waukee there. Coleman might rethink not fair catching that. He took a pretty good hit there. And while he's kind of lucky that he held on to that football. A 37-yard kick. That was number 19, Ben Lang, with the kick. With some good hang time. Got some help with the wind, and Waukee put a pretty good hit on Coleman there. And Johnston's lucky to avoid their second turnover. So Jake Myers back under center. Ghanaian and Gosling behind him. Going to be a handoff to Ghanaian, and he's going to get a few yards. He's brought down by number 25, Trey Hardy, for a short gain, a 4-yard gain by Ghanaian. 2nd and 6, ball's on the 35. We're at 8:45 here in the third quarter, 17-7. Waukee's on top. A little option read there. A nice pitch there by Meyer, and a nice strong run by Gosling to get the first down. So a good read there by Meyer. He paid the price. Got the ball to Gosling, and Gosling turned that ball upfield and got the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 44. Myers under center. Gears to the left. Proctor to the right. Turn, and another handoff to Ghanaian. He finds some room to the left. Looks like about a 9-yard gain for Ghanaian. And Johnston continues to pound the football. A player is slow to get up. That is Ghanaian, holding his ribs, jogging off the field. So Looks like he may be all right. He'll take a quick look at the trainer. So Studer comes in to replace Ghanaian. Gosling will be right next to him. A hard count there by Meyer. He used it earlier in the game to get Waukee offsides. Uses it again, and that's going to push the ball 5 yards forward on that penalty and give the Dragons a first down. For those of you that were here, Meyer did that 2 times in the first quarter to get Waukee to jump offsides with the hard count. It works a 3rd time here in the 3rd quarter. So we have Proctor and Coleman to the right, Studer and Gosling in the backfield. Again, a penalty there. That's looked like that was number 95, Drew McHugh. That was offside on the hard count. And that'll make that 1st and 5. So Meyer continues to utilize his skills as to get with that hard count to get some penalty yards against Waukee. Wouldn't be surprised maybe if Johnston decided to take a shot deep here with Proctor. Instead, they'll throw short to Coleman. Looks like a short loss on that play. And it will be. It's going to make that a 2nd and 6. So Johnston tried to get the ball to Coleman, one of their big playmakers. Waukee came up, made a nice tackle, stopped him for a loss. Myers back under center. Takes a look to the sideline. Check to see if they're going to change the call here. He's going to turn to his left, gives it to Studer. Studer stumbles for a couple yards there. He's going to make this a fairly manageable 3rd and short. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2 at the 39-yard line. So the clock continues to move. We're at 6 minutes in the 3rd quarter, 17-7 Waukee. Pate Williams and Anthony Coleman to the left, Proctor to the right. Grant Gosling there with the carry. The official looks like it's a first down, and the chains continue to move. So Gosling bullies his way for the first down. The chains continue to move, and Johnson's done a pretty good job moving the football here in the 3rd quarter. Just marred by that interception, but which was a nice play by the Waukee cornerback. Johnston hustles to the line. We got 8 seconds on the play clock. Meyer under center. Turns, gives it to Studer. Studer's off the left-hand side, finds some room. Did a good job reading his blocks, found some space on the left, and it's going to pick up about 5 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 5. The ball is going to be at the 27-yard line. Studer's done a good job running the football tonight. He has the lone touchdown for Johnston with a 1-yard plunge earlier in the first half. Grant Goslings finds some room in the middle. He's going to take that all the way in. Touchdown, Dragons. 32, Grant Gosling with a 27-yard run right up the middle. So Johnston puts 6 points on the board to make it 17-13. Following the extra point here by Hooshagen, it'll make this a 3-point game. So a nice run there by Gosling for the touchdown. Right up the middle there against the Warrior defense. Hooshagen's down with the kick. The kick is up. It is good. And we will take a short break after that touchdown for the Dragons.
Hi, Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
The fireplace is the heart of your family's home. Picture your family warm and cozy in front of a heat and glow fireplace from the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. Fireplace Superstore has the largest selection of heat and glow fireplaces and gas inserts in central Iowa. Let our fire experts help you find the fireplace that best fits your family's lifestyle. Adding comfort and warmth to your home is much easier than you think. Come see the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. No one builds a better fire. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas, just west of Homemakers.
We're back. We're going to take a replay with Gosling's run. He finds the room, found some space in the middle, and just takes off, avoids one tackle, keeps his balance for the touchdown there. So a nice run there by Grant Gosling. That 27-yard run is going to make the score 17-14. Johnson has a kickoff there. It was kind of stumbled there around for Waukee, but they end up keeping possession, and they're going to start with the football on the 30-yard line. We have Dar back, so we'll let him kind of jump back in here, but he's going to step into a 17-14 ball game.
Yeah, I should.
And Drew Johnson's going to be back behind underneath center.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Johnson's going to look to pass. He's going to air it out. Zach Eaton just got it knocked away there in the secondary. Looked like that was number 30 for Johnston. I want to say that's Blake Murray, and it is the sophomore with the pass defense there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Waukee, 4:32 in the third quarter after the touchdown. So, Dar.
So I showed up and Johnson scored again. So what does that say?
Well, I think they may want to keep you around for a while, Dar.
Here we go, 2nd and 10. Hands off and pounding up to the 35.
Hey, that was Perry with the carry.
And
since you kind of got here in the second half, Waukee's still continuing to run the football. Haven't found a lot of room. Johnson had a big stop, Dar, to kind of set up that last drive.
So 3rd and 4. Here's a big third down for him. Trips to the right, bunch to the right. Johnson rolling out, looking now. He'll cut it up himself. He's going to get the first down. Still going. Back down. 40, 35, and ripped down at the 27-yard line. And I think they wanted a
fumble on that.
But I think he was down when he hit the ground.
I agree. It looked like he hit the ground and then the ball came out. But a great run there by Johnson, cutting that back to the left there, and found a lot of room, avoiding a couple tackles there.
He's done a lot on his own with his feet here tonight in this ball game. So Johnson still a chance here to if they can hold him to a field goal, still stay right in this here in the third quarter. Johnston in the pistol again. And
a flag. It looked like the D line for Johnston jumped across there. Looked like that was number 91, Rezick, that kind of fell for the hard count by Johnson and just barely came across, but enough to draw the ire of the official there.
So the penalty will move it up and make it a 1st and 5 at the 22 of Johnston for Waukee. They're in the white. Fake the handoff, throw the slant inside, touchdown. Waukee rather.
Looked like that was Eaton, number 18.
22-yard touchdown pass for Waukee.
Yeah, so they ran it, Dar, and then Johnson did what we thought Johnson would do and threw a strike there to Eaton.
And extra point coming here. Nice Skylar Crew. Waukee trying to move it back up to a 10-point lead.
So Johnston came down, put 7 points on the board. Waukee returns the favor. Looked good on that drive, and Drew Johnson, that nice run, and then makes a nice throw. And you understand why he's a senior leader for the Warriors.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with a kickoff right after this.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Back at Johnston High School, Waukee has scored to open the lead back up to 10 here, answering the Johnston score, and it's 24-14. Here's the kickoff. It's going to go deep into the end zone for a touchback. Let's take a look at the replay now on that scoring pass from Johnson. And he fakes the handoff and then has the receiver into the post and hits him and into the end zone there from 22 yards out to make it back up 24-10.
Yeah, just a nice play fake there by Waukee. The Johnson cornerback was covering the outside. Waukee cut on the inside. And just a strike thrown there by Drew Johnson. Jaron Proctor, the safety for Johnson, is getting some look on the sideline here, so that might be something we have to look at earlier or later.
There's a handoff. And almost busted free, gets tackled, gets the first down there.
Yeah, that's
Gosling on the carry.
So that was Gosling again, and that was a nice job there. Again, Deskin as a linebacker for Waukee's had some nice tackles against Gosling and some saving plays, really, with his shoestring tackles.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line for Johnston. Handoff, plowing ahead is Gagnon, and he's going to get a first down.
Yeah.
Tonight's ball game brought to you by G&L Clothing. Also by Godfather's Pizza. There's no pizza like Godfather's Pizza.
So Johnson's continuing to pound that football in the middle with Ghanaian and with Gosling, finding some room in the middle. So the ball's on the 44, I think, and it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 to the 44, and a jump there is going to be against Waukee, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like that was number 93, Nathan Nelson, that came across. And Jake Myers utilized that hard count.
You know, for the 8th game of the season, I've seen more jumps on both teams here tonight. That's probably the level of this game, what it is, playing for, the district title and 2 rivals here. So a little bit of jumping.
Yeah, any advantage you can get, just that small window, you got to look to take.
Gears and Meyer to the left, and there's a handoff up the middle, still pounding ahead, and that'll be another first down for Johnston. Gosling again, yep.
Yeah, Gosling's just really difficult to bring down. And nothing you can say, but the offensive line's getting a really good push for Johnston as well, creating some space for Gosling to run in that middle.
So Johnston grinding it out on the ground here, looking to get another score back on the board and match Waukee. Here's Meyer under center. Hands off to Gagnon. And he's plowed, stacked up there. Gets the line of scrimmage and pushed back, but they're going to stop forward progress right about the line of scrimmage or just a little behind. So
yeah, it looked like a sweep play by Johnson. They were pulling some linemen to the left, but the Waukee's defensive line pushed back in the middle, and Ghanaian had nowhere to go as the D-line pushed the linemen back into Ghanaian.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 at the Waukee 44 for Johnston. 1:26 to play in the third quarter. They're trailing by 10. And the flag comes in right at the snap.
That is going to
There's another flag as a late hit. Myers pleading his case he doesn't need to as there's a flag thrown already.
There were two that was a pretty obvious penalty with the unnecessary roughness. It'll be a personal foul that'll trump whatever penalty that is happened there.
I couldn't tell if it was Waukee or Johnson that moved.
I'm with you, Dar. I couldn't tell either. So whoever moved didn't move much, but it moved enough.
Well, it came from the referee right here, the linesman on this side. And we'll see what they sort this out. And then, as you said, it's a dead ball personal foul, so we'll see how. Okay, so. Okay, they're both going to go against Waukee, it looks like.
Yep.
And do you take the bigger of that penalty? Isn't that the way it works?
Yeah, unless they're going to call it as a 5 yard and then a 50.
Ball and then the 15?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure how that works exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a 20-yard penalty. The ball was on the 44 to begin with.
So
we'll see if it gets to the 24, then it's 5 and 15. If it's at the 29.
Okay, he walked off the 5, so now he's going to do the 15. So it is. So it's a double whammy there on Waukee, and the Johnston crowd, of course, likes that. That's a 20-yarder, takes it down to the 24. So a big chunky yardage with no time off the clock, which is good for Johnston at this point. 1:20 to play in the third. Still a lot of time to play here, but when you're trailing, you want to score as much as you can.
Yeah, and Johnston's offense isn't built for short drives, so they're going to want to keep this as close as they can.
Receiver to each side. Pitch back to the deep back. Looking for room over the right side and gets out of bounds. Gosling on the carry.
Yeah, just a sweep play there. Instead of running on the inside, Johnson tried to try their luck on the outside and found some room. It's going to be, what, a
7-yard pickup. Yeah, down to the 17.
So, yeah.
2nd and 3.
Big penalty there by Waukee. Just really moved that football down, as you mentioned, Dar, taking some time right off the clock with that.
Ball game brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet. Always the power price at Schottenkirk Chevrolet. So they bring the 3-back set in behind Meyer. Hands it to the deep back, and he's looking for room over the left side. He's going to get close to that first down before he's stacked up over there. It's Studer.
Yeah, he went to the left. Did a good job just battling for that yard he got, but it's going to make this a 3rd and short here.
So right down on the 15. And as you say, 3rd and short. 32 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Johnston trailing 24-14, but looking to cut that lead down. Gears out wide to the left. And there's a handoff, cutting up the middle, still going. Can he get it to the outside? Nope, we're taken down to Studer. Looked like he was starting to get some steam to head to the outside. He picks up the first down to about the 12-yard line. Almost broke that free there, Brandon.
Yeah, Studer did a good job just kind of finding some space on the outside and just found that slight little bit of room to the right and then took off. And then Waukee came up, made a really nice tackle.
That'll be the final play of the fourth quarter. Waukee leading 24-14. Johnston driving. We'll take a break and come back for the final quarter after this.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
We go to the fourth quarter, the battle for the District 1 title basically on the line here tonight. Johnston, the home team in purple, coming out. They're driving here, down 24-14, but Brandon showing the resiliency to come right back here on a drive after Waukee scored.
Yeah, they're going to need to put some points on the board. They're going to want a touchdown.
Pitch back, looking for room over the left side and trying to cut it up, but good pursuit there to Studer. And a little late push there by the guard.
Looked like that was 58, Paul Elwell.
Just a little how do you do to the defender there, and that was legal. Nothing really wrong with that.
Right, it was close though.
Yeah, it was close to being down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 8.
If that would have happened on the other sideline, that might have been a penalty, but I think it was on Johnston's side.
Here's Johnston. And off to Studer again. He plows into the pile, but stacked up there about the 10-yard line. And it's going to lose a little bit there.
Yeah, not a lot of room there. 66, Higgins again for Waukee coming up and really making a real big stop on that. I'm sorry, Higgins a D-line guy, just a big D-line. Pushed up back and really kind of stuffed Studer right where he stood.
Just 3rd and 8 at the 10. They can get a first down here. The two backs, Gosling checked with his teammate there. Rolling out, looking, throws it to the corner. Oh, just over the head there, Ryan Gears. I think if he lays a little more air under that, it's right there.
Yeah, Gears had the space. He had he was 5 feet from the Waukee guy.
Maybe let him on to the corner. He threw it there quickly, but so it'll be 4th down. Do you go for the 3 here and get the points?
Yeah, looks like that's what they're going to do.
Coach Woodley is going to do that. Send out the Hushagen to kick it here, which would cut it to 1 score. Here, 27-yarder for Hushagen. Hold is good. It's up.
No good.
No good. The kick is no good. So came out of there kind of high, but a little to the right.
Kind of a missed opportunity there for Johnston, and they have him pinned back a little bit now, but now you need a defensive stop. And
now you got to ask your defense to get another stop and get the ball back. There's 10:32 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Hushagen was warming up at halftime, was putting it 45-yarders in like nobody's business, and then it looked like he just hit that football just a tad bit from what he'd been doing in warm-ups and just pushed it to the right.
Came in 5 of 7 field goals, a 41-yarder is longest. Here's Drew Johnson. Man across DeVries across the formation, and Johnson's going to roll it up and get tackled at the 20 for about no gain.
Yeah, that was linebacker Ross Henders that came up, saw Johnson kind of just tuck that ball down and stopped him for no gain. So good read there by the linebacker Henders. Came up, made a nice tackle.
Tonight's ball game brought to you by the Better Business Bureau. Start with trust, the Better Business Bureau. Johnson and Waukee look to the sideline for the play. Aaron White on the left of your screen, leading now 24-14. Handoff, stacked up, and a good job in there in the middle.
Looked like that was Nick Rezick, number 91, and then also 27, Trey Officer, that kind of cleaned up. Rezick stopped there, but a nice play there by the D-line for Johnston.
That brings up a 3rd down and 7, so it'd be big here for Johnson if they can force a punt. Now they're going to call it 2. Looks more like, well, maybe a long 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And in motion, DeVries across the formation. Rolling is Johnson. Looking, pressure in there. He escapes out of it. Can he get to the first down? No, he's hammered out on the far sideline.
Trey Officer came all the way across the field there and just hammered Drew Johnson. So just a great job by the secondary
Was
of
that
Johnson.
Jake Ryan that got the initial pressure that forced him outside? Because he had to go a long way around to get out there, and they knocked him out at the 24. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 7. And DeVries drops back.
Looks like that's 19. I think it's Ben Lang is the punter. And then we have Coleman back for Johnston, and that ball is going to roll.
Short got a good roll for Waukee, though. It's going to be down at about the 40-yard line.
So, yeah, you have to keep that kick low with the wind here.
8:54 to play. Johnston will take over 1st and 10 at the 40, trailing by 10. Looking to get the offense going again.
Yeah, a big possession here for Johnston. Down 10 points with that missed opportunity earlier. Really put some pressure on this drive for the Dragons to put some sort of points on the board here in the 4th quarter.
But Jake Meyer will bring him out as they get set with 2 backs. 1 receiver to each side. And hands it off, and Studer again. Yardage tough that time.
Yeah, he's finding some tough running room right there. He did a real good job to even get 1 yard on that.
And brings up 2nd and 9. Waukee and Johnston both at 3-0 in the district. This time they'll send 2 receivers to the right. And in the shotgun, dropping back, screen, hits his man, Studer. Studer's got a little room and cuts it across the 50. A flag's down, though. We'll see what that call is.
Looked like he was watching a Johnson receiver holding downfield or a lineman downfield. I thought that was a receiver that was out on that edge. They're pointing to a spot right there, but that was a good play call by Johnston.
Yeah, it's 4 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, so that may be downfield. Nope, it's going to be holding, so that's going to bring it back.
So a big play negated there for the Dragons. It was a 1st down play, all for naught, as there's a holding call against the Dragons. So it's going to make that 2nd and 14.
Yep, drops it back to the 35. As that goes in the spot, which is the only good thing there. The foul was like 4 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, so you save a little on the penalty yardage there. In the shotgun again. Man in motion across the formation, hands it off to him. He's looking for room and not finding any is Anthony Coleman.
Number 23, Nolan Rother there, really extended that play so Coleman couldn't get the edge. So that was just a great play by the safety coming up to make Coleman really cut back to the inside where all his help was. So, a great play that sometimes might go unnoticed. 23 didn't really get the tackle, but he stopped Coleman from really getting that edge.
That's the key. A lot of times, if you seal that edge, you don't have to make the tackle, but you have to, funnel him back in. I played defensive end for 3 years, so I know. Sometimes you don't get a lot of glory doing that, but it's key because once those backs get to the outside, and then there's room down the sideline, and a big key there is looks like, is it Johnston or Waukee called the timeout here? And
yeah, they didn't even mark off who had that timeout, but yeah. That kid, it's just good team defense there by Waukee, is knowing what your job is and doing your job. And in that time, they came up, they did their job, and stopped Coleman from getting that edge.
Tonight's ball game brought to you by Westside Auto Pros. We can help you with that, Westside Auto Pros. So, 3rd and 19 here for Johnston. need to come up with a big play. They send Jaron Proctor wide out there. And dropping back. Crosses the middle, has a man. That's Proctor. And he gets a big chunk of that back. It's still going to be 4th down, but are they at the point where you go for it here?
Yeah, with 7 minutes down 10.
Yep.
At least they may line up and see if they can get an offsides again and make this maybe even more manageable.
So pick up a 13 up to the 43, brings up 4th down and 6 for Johnston. And they're going to get the offense up there. They tried to get him to jump, almost did. That hard count, got a little movement, not enough off the line. Now under center. Dropping back, looking quick outside. Nice play over there by the defender. Was Michael Muggenberg.
Yeah, that was number 1. Just didn't look to do too much. Just knocked that football down. Gear stopped right where he needed to, and Muggenberg knew right where he needed to go.
He's their senior. He's one of the leaders in the defense back there and played that very well. So the turnover on downs goes to Waukee here.
Yeah, so Muggenberg probably looked at the chains and where Johnson needed to go, and he wasn't going to go too much farther and just got his hands on the ball, deflected it, and made a nice play.
So here comes Drew Johnson. Man in motion across the formation, DeVries. Johnson runs over there and gets hit.
Looked like that was Hinder's 35 that came up and put Johnson down for a couple-yard loss there.
They're containing him all right. The only thing is it keeps the clock moving.
Yeah, they're doing a better job in the second, minus that one long run he had. But it looks like Waukee's content with just trying to get some clock out of the way here.
So back to the 47.
I didn't see who they called that timeout on. Both timeouts or all the timeouts are still on the board.
It must have been officials then, I guess. Our cameraman says, boom, a big hit there, but he slips through and gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
Was that Perry on the carry? I think
it was.
Yeah, I think it was as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's coming up limping there. He was hit by Sam Nielsen, number 6.
So 3rd and 10 at the 44 for Waukee. Again, 5:20 and counting here on the clock. Johnston looking to get another stop. And Waukee, play clock
seconds
down to 5. Yep, taking their time there. And now they're going to call a timeout. So, timeout on the field. Let's take a quick break. We'll do that and come back right after this.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
The fireplace is the heart of your family's home. Picture your family warm and cozy in front of a heat and glow fireplace from the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. Fireplace Superstore has the largest selection of heat and glow fireplaces and gas inserts in central Iowa. Let our fire experts help you find the fireplace that best fits your family's lifestyle. Adding comfort and warmth to your home is much easier than you think. Come see the fire experts at Fireplace Superstore. No one builds a better fire. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas, just west of Homemakers.
Back to action. Johnson rolls out. And did they stop the clock? Yep, they got him out of bounds. So that was not what Waukee really wanted on that on a 3rd and 10. He got 5, but they were able to knock him out of bounds and stop the clock. So that is in Johnston's favor.
Yeah, as a senior quarterback, you'd really want to kind of keep that ball in bounds. But Carter Wunsch, a big safety hitter for Johnston, came up, and Drew Johnson might have tried to find his way out of bounds instead of staying in play, but 5 minutes left here for Johnston. Just missed it.
And it's going to bounce and be downed right about the 1 yard line. So go for the block and just missed it.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of contact with the kicker, and I was just waiting to see if the official was going to throw a flag.
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want, because then that gives them the first down,
Right.
and then you're really in a bad situation. Not so good here, though. You got to go 99 yards, but 4:53 to play.
Yeah, I was watching the Waukee coaches, and I was watching the official, and the official watched the whole play. Waukee coaches wanted a flag. The official said no, but Waukee still got a light kind of where they have Johnston pinned back.
Sometimes you got to be careful, though, too, here on defense. Sometimes you let up. You think you got them pinned back there, and if they can bust through the line and they're gone, we'll see here. Johnston comes out, tight formation. And handoff to the deep back. He's looking for room and cuts it up. Is that Proctor? Or Studer, excuse me?
Yeah,
I think so, yep.
I believe it was Studer, and he was again brought down by Nolan Rother, number 23, the safety for Waukee. Creates a little space.
Got 6 there. Up to the, we'll call it 7, up to the 8 yard line. Second down. And 3 for Johnston.
Clock's continuing to move, Dar.
Yep, drops back, throws it out, and just a little long there. He was looking for Ryan Gears out there.
Yeah, at least that stops the clock with 4:10. Johnston's going to need to move the football in large chunks of yardage at this point in time from where they are in the field.
And as we talked about, they're not a big passing offense, so we're going to have to do something here that they haven't done. Dowling up 24-17 on Ankeny Centennial in the fourth quarter there.
That big field goal, that missed field goal for Johnston is really coming back to haunt them. With 4:10, they might be able to get down to a touchdown, but 10 points is going to be difficult.
Pitch outside and
the
moving up the
as
sideline.
well.
Did he get the first down?
Looks short.
A little bit short by Studer. Yep, it's going to be short by, well, they're marking it back at 10.
He might have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah,
It's
he
hard
must
for
have.
me,
Yeah, it looked like he got a little farther up, but he must have had a foot out of bounds there. So 4th and 2 here for Johnston. They need to pick up the first down to keep any comeback hope alive. Meyer steps back. Pitches it deep. Trying to turn the corner. Just about broke through there, but he does get the first down. That'll stop the clock up across the 20. Studer.
And they're going to have to kind of pace this up here in order for them to really move that ball. So this 2-minute offense is really going to have to kind of keep going here for the Dragons.
Clock runs on the spot. 3:50 to play here in the ball game. Johnston with the ball in the purple. Quick throw out to the left side, looking for room, trying to get to the sideline, and can be stopped in bounds.
I think that was Sean Meyer.
Yep.
And that was a great job by 16, Tyler Grodhouse with a tackle. It was basically Meyer just trying to make it a miss, and Grodhouse made sure he locked him up.
And that time they come out of huddle a little bit quicker. And I don't know if there's miscommunication there or what, but Meyer gets tackled at the 25, picks up a yard, but I don't know if they missed a handoff or what, but Meyer comes out of there limping. Maybe a lineman might have stepped on his foot or something, because he kind of backed out of there and didn't get all the way out. Now he drops back. And a big rush on. Rolling out, throwing, has his man on the far side. Is that Gears?
That is Gears.
And he's up the sideline and out of bounds around the 41-yard line.
So nice play there by Jake Meyer to find Gears and move those chains. You know, Meyer still looks a little nicked up here after that keeper limping around, but he made a nice throw on that play.
Got out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:48 to play. Johnston trailing here. Rolling right. Keeping it himself, and he's going to roll on out of bounds. Nope, they're going to roll the clock. So up to the 45, a pickup of 4.
Johnson's really got to pick up this pace again.
Hand off to the deep back. Studer.
They're going to have to call a timeout.
Studer gets a few. Still going to be short. Of course, the downs don't mean a lot. Time is a big factor right now. Up to the 47. Meyer rolling, looking upfield. Now throws, and is it picked off? Yep, intercepted.
Yeah, he threw into double coverage there. There's 2 receivers on that route that were on that side. And the linebacker came out. Meyer threw that just a little bit late into the.
Was it?
Yep.
Then picked it off.
And
yep. Trying to make something happen, but.
So looks like Johnson is going to fall to 3-1 in the district, and Waukee's going to move to 4-0.
It's still in that number 2 spot in the district, so Waukee will come out. We'll see if they run a couple plays here, or Johnson's got a couple timeouts. Snap, and Johnson rolling to his left, and then
cut back in the middle just to keep that clock running.
Into the middle and goes down. Pickup of 6.
Timeout by Johnston.
Well, that second quarter proved to be the one for Waukee where they kind of broke open the tie, didn't it?
Yeah, they had 10 unanswered points after Suter's touchdown in the second quarter or first quarter, and that's really the difference in the game. So, Waukee did a good job running the football, and ultimately Johnson's defensive line couldn't stop Waukee's run game.
And you got to credit Drew Johnson. He's made himself a double threat back there, not only passing but running tonight, and that's really tough on your defensive line too. And it seems like that guy's taking off on you, and then you got to worry about bottling him up on the run, and then the next thing you know, he's throwing the ball out there to his receivers. It just makes it tough, doesn't it?
He's kind of a nemesis for Johnston. Is this Drew Johnson kid? I was telling while you were gone, I had him in 8th grade basketball, and Drew Johnson scored 34 points against us in an 8th grade basketball game. More than Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes didn't score 34.
Now, was that the coaching against him, or was that just him? No, good athlete. Here's a handoff, and is that DeVries?
Yeah, it was DeVries on that.
He goes up, 3rd down, but the clock will be stopped now. They'll take a timeout.
Yeah, Drew Johnson was 8 of 9 on 3-pointers. I do remember that.
1:47 to play here in the game. Let's take a quick break. We'll do that. Come back with more after this.
Catch the wave to Waters.
Since 1973, thousands of Central Iowans have caught the wave to Waters Autoland in Indianola. Waters always has over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, with over half being one-owner trade-ins. If you're looking for a new vehicle, check out our inventory of Buicks and GMCs, or go to watersautoland.com to see our entire stock. And remember, cars are always cheaper in the country.
Catch the wave to Waters. Waters Autoland.
Back here at Johnston, Waukee trying to close this out against Johnston and take the lead in District 1.
Yeah, just a minute 47 here, and Waukee just wants to keep the clock coming. If they get this first down, pretty much wraps everything up where they can just take a knee.
And
looks like they're going to get it.
Yep, looks like they're going to go up through the middle, and we'll get the first down.
And I was talking to one of the coaches for Johnston, and I don't think Johnston's ever beat Waukee in football. So the streak continues at the varsity level. I should say at the varsity level.
Yeah. Well, and two of these programs who have both kind of a little similar in that they've grown from smaller school into big schools and kind of paralleled a little bit in that way in their growth and what has happened here. And clock is rolling. And there's the handoff to Mates Rounds. And that'll be the final timeout. Let's take another break here. We'll be back with more after this.
It's Chevy Truck Month in Waukee. And with bonus tag savings, get up to 20% off select new 2017 Silverado 1500s. New Silverado Double Cab LT 4x4, $289 a month. New Spark, $13,999. Up to 20% off select new Silverado HDs, Malibus, and Trax. And up to 25% off select new 16 Chevy Cruises. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the way in Waukee.
At Johnston, Waukee trying to close this ball game out here. That's Johnston's last time out, so imagine we'll see the victory formation here from Waukee. And Johnston will have Sioux City East, and Waukee will have Sioux City North to finish out the season. East's 2-2.
Yeah,
the district and North 0-3.
Yeah, that game for Johnston means a little bit more right now. Sioux City East beats Johnston. They'll both have the same record.
Mm-hmm.
Weird whistle there.
Yeah, he didn't put his knee down. The official kind of blew the whistle early, and now they're stopping the clock. And
I'm not sure what's going on here.
No.
I'm not sure why Johnston just didn't take a knee. Maybe they were trying to buy a little bit of time.
It looked like he was pulling out, but the official blew the whistle
before he even got the ball.
And then he kind of stopped moving back.
That was weird.
So, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, Waukee's just trying to close it out. I don't know if there's a premature whistle on that or kind of what happened. They're going to kind of talk to the coaches here on the sideline to kind of explain what's kind of shaking out.
Now, I mean, the clock stopped at an even minute. It doesn't mean a lot right here. But, look at ahead. There's still a lot, as you say, to play for Johnston. They win that game, and you're still in second place here in the district, and the top two get into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a big game next week, and if they can beat Sioux City East, they're right where they have a chance to do something here in the playoffs. Waukee's got to be pretty happy with how they played tonight. Showed a different, more versatile offense.
Okay, so they reset the clock, and they're going to say nothing happened there. We're going to do it over. Minute 13 on the clock, and that was a do-over. Now he drops back and takes a knee at the 50, and that'll roll the clock. And
because
I'll have to snap it one more time.
I wonder, whatever happened, there was just a premature whistle, but that's just going to keep the clock running.
Yeah.
They set it here. And they haven't started the play clock quite yet.
Waukee's going to the sideline, but
the play clock hasn't.
No, they haven't started, so they're going to wait till this goes down to 25 and start the play clock so it can be over. I don't know, but
they're just going to let it run down. Or I'm not sure. They're going to call a timeout.
Waukee calls a timeout.
Yeah, but I didn't see the play clock go down at all.
No. Okay.
I'm just making sure I'm not seeing anything, Dar.
I didn't either. I don't know what happened on that play before either, what was going on there. But anyway, so Johnston will go to 3-1 in the district, even 4-4 overall. Well, Waukee will go to 4-0 and 6-2 in the district. And as you say, you get final week game, and then you get into the playoffs, and who knows what can happen. Things are a little different now with, cut down the number of teams, and we'll see what happens.
So victory formation here for Waukee.
Yeah, and I don't know what that first one, why he didn't just take a knee. He dropped back out of there and lost like 4 yards and then did. But now Johnson goes back and just goes down to his knee, and that should do it. I'm assuming they're going to let this roll down before they spot it and then roll the play clock again.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen here. And Waukee's going to just they're going to leave with a victory.
And Waukee gets the leg up on the district title here in District 1 as the clock winds down. The final will be 24-14. We'll take a break here. We'll come back and wrap up this ball game after this.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
It's Chevy Truck Month in Waukee, and with bonus tag savings, get up to 20% off select new 2017 Silverado 1500s, new Silverado Double Cab LT 4x4, $289 a month, new Spark $13,999, up to 20% off select new Silverado HDs, Malibus, and Trax, and up to 25% off select new 16 Chevy Cruises. Save big at Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Johnston High School tonight, the final, Waukee over Johnston 24-14 to give Waukee the leg up in the district number 1 race. Dar Danielson, Brandon Clave, and let's run down the scoring in the game.
Yeah, Waukee started off the scoring there with a 2-yard run by Drew Johnson, and then there was a 1-yard run by Brock Studer to make it a tie ball game, followed by a 30-yard field goal by Skylar Crew to make it 17-7 going in at a half. And then there was that 22-yard pass play to Eaton for Waukee. But that was prior to Grant Gosling's 22-yard run to kind of end the scoring there at 24-14.
Johnson made a comeback, missed that field goal. That kind of maybe took a little of the air out of him because then they had to score twice there late. But they did keep coming back and fighting back in this ball game.
Yeah, they had that missed field goal, that interception as well, that first drive in the quarter. Or some things that Johnson probably wishes they had back to kind of make this a little bit tighter.
Let's look at it. It was 17-7 here when Johnston scored, and let's take a look at that play. There's the handoff and up through the middle, winding his way through there, and then on in to the end zone.
Yeah, that was that Gosling run.
Gosling, yep, on the run to make it 17-14. Then Waukee came back. Is that the same run again, right? Yep. there's Gosling in for the touchdown. Again on the replay, as you see there. And then Waukee came back, and they'll score again to put the lead back up to 10 points. And here we go. This is the 22-yard pass. You'll see he fakes it and then throws as the receiver heads in toward the post on the catch there and makes it 24-14. Johnston challenged a little bit, missed a field goal late, and then could not get it back and score. And a little bit of the issue when you get behind with this Johnson offense and got a pass, little little problem there with them.
Yeah.
They get a shot, but
it's just tough for Johnston to score when they're down. You know, especially 2 scores. I think 1 score makes it manageable. That missed field goal, as you mentioned, Dar, was a big play in the game, and then that interception as well. Johnston's a team that is not electric on offense, that has to be really minimal in their mistakes. And tonight they had the 2 interceptions. I take that back, and then that missed field goal as well.
All right, well, both these teams at home next week. Johnston right here against Sioux City East. Sioux City North heads across to the west to play Waukee in the final regular season game. Waukee goes to 4-0, 6-2 overall. And Johnston falls to 3-1 in the district, 4-4 overall. Thanks to Eric Fishback on the controls, Tom Stone on the camera. For Brandon Cleve, I'm Dar Danielson. That wraps it up from Johnston.
Tonight, Central Iowa Sports Network presents.
Cole's going to get the call up the middle. He sees a seam. 10-5, touchdown Maroons. He's got a seam. 5-2-1, touchdown Valley Tigers.
Central Iowa Football. Central Iowa Football is brought to you by the Atlantic Bottling Company, CenturyLink, Central Iowa Football, live on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Central Iowa Football is also brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields. Are you ready for some football?